Ah, Wasteland. The long-distance player's wet dream. The place where every hutch wannabe brings his intervention and what he believes is going to be his A-game. The thing is, against a non-sniper like myself, they forgot to take one tiny thing into account. The FAMAS. A butt-ugly gun with the top doubled over like a scorpion's tail. And just as fucking deadly. Oh, host migration? That's okay, this is one of those times where I actually want it to be me. As soon as this happens, I'm sitting there with my fingers, toes and everything else crossed. Now, I've played in many a lobby against many quickscopers, and as soon as you start taking their names with a FAMAS, they rage. They get so angry because they believe it's just too overpowered. Why should it be a one-hit kill? And the answer to that would be simple. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and a FAMAS reaction is quite a thing. You see, if a map like Wasteland was to be in Black Ops 2, I'd probably quit out. I would know exactly what was going to happen, and my own personal belief is that I probably wouldn't have a counter for it. But in Modern Warfare 2, I was safe in the knowledge that I had my FAMAS always in my creator class setup. It's probably I think it's the only class setup I had that's consistently stayed the same. Never changed. Actually, tell a lie, no, I'd normally have a Stinger as opposed to a Javelin. I've got a feeling I probably switched up this class when I was playing Terminal on Domination or something, I don't know. But the FAMAS for me was a perfect counter against the snipers. If I could see those long distance lumps of grass on legs weighing me up in their sights, I wouldn't panic too much. All I'd have to hope and pray is that my aim was on that day. And if it was, it's good night from me, and it's good night from my gun. So, why did I decide to do a commentary about this? Well, the thing is, Call of Duty Ghosts is now, God, it's so round the corner, it's unbelievable. It doesn't feel like 5 minutes since Black Ops 2 first came onto our shelves, and now we've got the big one to look forward to. Is it going to be the big one? I don't know. I hope so anyway. But whatever it is, there is one thing you can absolutely categorically guarantee. That sniping is going to be just as powerful, if not more. With every episode it seems to have got that little bit more of an edge to it. You think of the SVU. It's almost like they said, I'm ever so sorry, the Dragunov sniper rifle in Modern Warfare 3 may have been a bit of a disappointment and we possibly insulted Russia with that thing. So what we'll do is we'll give you this gun. No recoil, no sway, super spammability, and generally a one-hit kill. There you go guys, now go and have some fun. But even now with the sniper still complaining that it's not that powerful, God can only hope what the developers are thinking when they hear these cries. For the love of all things great, give us a counter. If you don't snipe like myself, you want something to be able to take care of these puppies. I can't imagine nothing more satisfying than seeing a green Yeti from across the map stop dead in his tracks. You know for a fact he's weighing you up, aiming, waiting for you to make that fatal mistake where you miss that one shot, or to spray off a load of bullets and start recoiling as he's hitting you. What would be more satisfying for the soul than to be able to get that target locked on and take him down in one hit? We've got to have it. There's got to be something. And I don't think there's been anything since. Let's take into account the Type 95. When the game first came out, that gun was just God. It did everything. It had mass power. It had built-in rapid fire. It had absolutely everything. The only problem is, it had every noob and his dog's name on it. Everybody wanted a piece of the Type 95. But because it got overused and abused like a wifey in a prison, they had to put a patch on it, and unfortunately it just was never quite the same. Now those one-hit kills were taking 2, sometimes 3. So everybody put down the gun and found solace in the ACR. That's just how the cookie crumbles. But like I say, the FAMAS still stood out, and they never tampered with it either. I think it's because the original developers knew. They knew that you needed it. On a map like this, Wasteland, I'm just skirting round the edges of the map, and I'm moving in on them like a spider taking care of a fly in the middle of his web. If you're standing still trying to get me down your sights, guess what? My range is equally as damaging as yours. If you're a moving target with speed and agility, I don't need to expel too much ammunition and use an entire clip. Just a couple of straightforward shots, and the job's done. So, was it imbalanced? Well, no, not really. If you take into account it was a one-on-one cockfight between you and somebody with a UMP-45 at close range, you can probably kiss your chances of winning goodbye. Was it always a 100% one-hit kill? No, of course not. There was bullet drop-off. Sometimes you'd be lucky, it all depended on where you hit them in the body. Did it give anybody cause to complain? Only the people who couldn't deal with it. You need to have something reliable. Every first-person shooter has to have the reliable weapon that you feel comfortable with. This was the one for me. That's why I never changed it out my creator class. It stayed there because it catered for at least 4 or 5 different maps. If I found myself on Rust, no, I wouldn't use it. I'd put on the MP5K or the AUG. So what about a map like Scrapyard? Just as effective in those open areas? Definitely. But you find yourself walking down the wreckage of those planes, and if you come face to face with somebody with a submachine gun, it's an absolute no-brainer. You've got no chance. Well, you've got some, but not as much as him. But get that person out into open ground and then he's in your domain. I don't know. I suppose one can only hope. Dear Infinity Ward, this year I've been a really good boy. I've been kind to my fellow man. I brushed my teeth when I was asked, and I tidied my room without complaint. I was kind and I was polite to people, and I watched a little less pornographic content than I did the previous year. So please, I'm begging you, reward me. If your sniper rifles be Satan, then bring me something that brings the thunderous power of Almighty God himself. Thank you. Yours truly, Apocalypse Done.